Alright, guys, I quit working out. Alright, guys, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Justin Miller, and I started this channel to document my weight loss journey with keto and intermittent fasting, and I talk about various other things as far as family, faith, fitness, and food. And I just wanted to talk to you guys today about something very, very important that we all need to consider at some point. This is my first time ever having to deal with it, my first time ever experiencing it, and let me tell you, it was not something that I enjoyed at all. I like working out, I like fitness, I like a lot of various forms of fitness. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I've talked about doing CrossFit in the past, and you know I've always enjoyed CrossFit. I love lifting heavy, I love doing Olympic lifts and things like that. But you know, and I love all that kind of stuff. Well, with this most recent this journey that I'm currently on with my intermittent fasting and keto, I drastically dropped weight. I went from January, February, March, April. In 4 months. I went from 245 pounds to 200 pounds. I was wearing a snug size 36 pants to currently I'm at a 32 waist. You know, and just a month ago I was wearing a 33, and I'm down to 32, which I can't even remember. I mean I was a 32 maybe in high school. It's been so long ago. And you know, now I'm down to medium shirts. Yesterday my brother-in-law actually, my wife went through some clothes he was getting rid of, and there were some smalls. It's a polo shirt, and it was small and it fit perfectly, and so I've even managed to get into some small shirts. And so, you know, I really have lost a lot of weight in this journey, and that a lot more than I ever expected to. And so seeing the success I was having with it, I wanted to see what I can do to incorporate my ketogenic lifestyle, my keto lifestyle, my intermittent fasting lifestyle with training. And I started training just due to our small space here. You can see how big these little condos we live in are. Just due to our small space, I started training with a kettlebell, and then I moved from a kettlebell and I made a mace, and from that mace I now have a nice Viking hammer. If you follow me on Instagram, you can check out that hammer made by MF Refab. Go check him out on Instagram. He does fantastic work, and I love my hammer. That thing is a beast, and it is heavy, and I love it heavy because my goal was to start training hard and start training heavy. I wanted to see if I can do a mixture of like mace mobility type workouts, mix it in and kind of incorporate it into more of a strongman style, where I am doing the mobility workouts, which I love. There's nothing like swinging a mace or swinging a kettlebell. I love both those implements, and you know, it's probably my favorite form of working out. But I also wanted to start lifting heavy and get heavier weights, build up heavier weights. And so one of my goals at this point is to start doing that same style of work, but doing it with much heavier weight than you typically see people swinging maces or kettlebells. And so but on top of that, I'm also doing my ketogenic diet and my intermittent fasting, which, if any of you do intermittent fasting, you know the kind of stress you're already putting on your body throughout the day. And I fast. I fast my eating windows later in the day. Usually my eating windows between 3 and 8. And I eat big when I eat. So but recently, with my since I just got back from a trip, I was gone for a month. I left Mexico, went back to Texas, spent some time, me and my kids spent some time with my parents there, and I came back. Coming back from the trip, I hadn't done a whole lot of training during the trip, and so when I got back, I hit it hard. I hit it really hard, and I was pushing myself probably a lot harder than I should have, instead of getting into it gradually. And so what I did was I didn't increase my calorie intake. I wasn't getting in the nutrients I needed, and after about a week and a half of hard training, my body was just like, yeah, no, we're done. I'm done right now. And so, to be honest, it's gonna get a little graphic, but I went through about 4 or 5 days of severe diarrhea, fatigue. I was completely fatigued, and about the 4th day, I could hardly move, and my body was just not having it. And so all that time, the first day I had the diarrhea, I still trained, and I pushed myself too hard again, and so it just progressively got worse and worse. So I kind of was trying to take a break to let myself rest, and then after that I got kind of sick also, and because of I let my body's immune system and everything just kind of it was so vulnerable at that point that I also ended up getting sick for the first time since I started my intermittent fasting journey. I have not been sick, and that was the first time I've gotten sick since January. And if anybody knows me, I get sick all the time. Like I got bad allergies. I'm allergic to everything. Every time the temperature changes, I'm usually got some kind of cold. And honestly, that's actually going around right now because it is only like low 60s right now this morning here in Querétaro. We've had kind of a cold front, I guess you can say, and it's been pretty chilly here in the evenings and in the mornings, especially the early mornings are down in the 50s. And so it's been really nice, but really chilly. So a lot of people have been getting sick lately. Anyway, so I was getting sick. Went through that, started getting sick. My stomach itself is still kind of recovering right now because I went from that to, I wasn't getting enough water in, and so I went from diarrhea to constipation. So, I'm gotten that pretty much, kind of getting that settled out. So I am going to start training again. I am going to start doing some working out, but I'm going to ease into it a little more this time, and try to be a little smarter about it and just better about the food I intake. But that's something we don't always think about, especially if you're training on intermittent fasting. You want to make sure that you're getting in the calories. And I work out fasted. I know not everybody does, and there's all kinds of information about that, and you need to decide and figure out what's best for you. Maybe at some point I'll try working out in a fed state, but at this point it's just easier for me. It works out better for me, and I just enjoy the benefits better of working out in a fasted state versus working out in a fed state. And so at this time I'll get back into it, and I'm going to try to bring you guys along so I can kind of document a little more about what I'm doing. But my goal is at this point is to build up into, like I said, mixing in the mobility of the mace and the kettlebell and things like that, and working it into also doing, eventually I want to do some strongman type stuff, like the old timey days, the old timey circus strongman. I want to build up into that kind of stuff, and I want to have the mobility, but I also want the strength, and at the same time work on body physique. And so I have not been this skinny, I guess, and in probably since the early part of my high school. It's just, I still have a hard time picturing myself in the way I am now. We were laughing yesterday, my wife and I. Yesterday? Yeah, we went to Costco yesterday, and my Costco picture on my Costco card here in Mexico, I have a hat on and my beard, but my face is literally like it looks like I'm swollen, and like from now, yeah, swollen me is what the picture looks like, and just the change in even just my face is just so dramatic. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about what went on with me, with my training, with my just overtraining, I think is what they call it. But be careful. You gotta listen to your body, and I didn't quite listen to my body soon enough when I was doing this, and so you gotta really pay attention to what your body's telling you. Your body's gonna tell you what it needs and doesn't need, what it and so you gotta really be in tune to that. So just be careful when you're out there and you're trying something a little different, trying something new, especially in a fasted state. Intermittent fasting is a fantastic and is a great tool, and I love it. And for me, it's a good lifestyle, and it just helps my lifestyle. And so, but you have to understand you are putting a lot of stress on your body. I mean, that's the whole point of intermittent fasting, is you're putting your body in a state of stress. And so when you compound that with even more stress, especially physical stress, heavy lifting and things like that, you gotta really be careful. So anyway, I hope you guys found this video informative. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, share it, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and click that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Things are going to be changing a little bit on my channel, probably, and if you follow our Crazy Sage channel, we're going to be making some changes. We got some life changes coming up now that summer's starting. My wife's job is finishing, and so that means we're losing her income at this point, and so we're going to be looking for another source of income because we need it. And so things are going to be a little different, but we're still going to be trying to put out content. So like I said, please follow, subscribe, and share this video.